Welcome to Golden Bachelor. If you love celebrity news and real entertainment updates, you're in the right place. Fans are buzzing with concern after Bachelor favorite Joey surprised everyone with an unexpected and confusing online moment that quickly caught attention. What started as a casual post turned into a long, emotional message that left many followers asking the same question: is Joey okay? In the video, Joey appeared noticeably tense and spoke at length about feeling misunderstood and overwhelmed. While he never mentioned anyone by name, his words hinted at behind-the-scenes stress and pressure that he's been quietly dealing with since his time in the spotlight. Viewers noticed his tone shifting throughout the message, at times calm, then suddenly intense, which only fueled more speculation. Bachelor Nation fans are used to drama on screen, but seeing a former star struggle publicly off-camera is different. Many took to the comments to express support, encouraging Joey to take a step back and focus on his well-being. Others admitted they were confused, saying the message felt unfinished or unclear, as if there was more he wanted to say but couldn't. Adding to the curiosity, Joey later removed the post without explanation. That move raised even more questions. Was it posted in the heat of the moment? Did someone advise him to delete it? Or did he simply decide to handle things privately? Sources close to the franchise suggest Joey has been juggling multiple opportunities while trying to adjust to life after reality TV fame. The sudden shift from private life to constant attention can be challenging, especially when expectations from fans remain high long after the show ends. For now, Joey has stayed quiet, and fans are hoping that silence means he's taking time to reset rather than struggling alone. Until he speaks out again, Bachelor Nation can only speculate. But one thing is clear: many people genuinely care and want to see him happy and healthy. As hours passed after the post disappeared, fans began revisiting Joey's recent appearances, noticing small details that now felt more significant. In interviews from the past few weeks, he had seemed distracted, smiling but not fully present. Some viewers even pointed out moments where he paused mid-sentence, as if carefully choosing his words or holding something back. Several longtime followers believe the pressure has been building for a while. Since leaving the franchise, Joey has faced constant expectations, fans wanting updates, brands pushing partnerships, and rumors about his personal life circulating non-stop. While fame brought opportunity, it also came with non-stop scrutiny, and sources say that balance hasn't been easy for him. What truly unsettled fans was the emotional honesty of the now-deleted message. Joey spoke about feeling boxed in by public perception, hinting that people think they know him without truly listening. That vulnerability struck a chord, especially among viewers who have followed his journey since the beginning. Behind the scenes, friends are reportedly encouraging Joey to slow down and step away from social media. Taking breaks has become more common among reality TV stars, especially those struggling to protect their mental and emotional space after intense public exposure. Meanwhile, Bachelor Nation remains divided. Some fans urge patience and privacy, reminding others that not every struggle needs a public explanation. Others hope Joey will return with clarity, believing his voice matters and that sharing his truth could help others facing similar pressure. For now, Joey's silence continues, but it doesn't feel empty. It feels intentional. Whether this moment leads to a comeback, a reset, or a complete step away from the spotlight, one thing is certain: this unexpected moment has reminded everyone that behind the TV edits and fan expectations is a real person trying to find his footing again. And until Joey speaks out, the concern and support only continues to grow. The days following Joey's silence only deepened the mystery. Without new posts or explanations, fans began reading between the lines of his recent activity, or lack thereof. His normally upbeat presence had faded, and even routine interactions seemed to pause, as if he were deliberately stepping back from the noise. People close to Joey say this moment didn't come out of nowhere. In private conversations, he had reportedly shared feeling stretched thin, trying to live up to an image that no longer felt like his own. The constant comparison to his on-screen persona made it difficult to grow beyond the role viewers first met. Former Bachelor Nation cast members have subtly shown support as well. A few shared messages about self-care and boundaries, which fans believe were quiet nods toward Joey. While no names were mentioned, the timing felt intentional, reinforcing the idea that he isn't facing this moment alone. Industry insiders note that reality stars often struggle once the cameras stop rolling. The sudden shift from being guided by producers to managing public expectations solo can be overwhelming. Joey, who was once praised for openness and optimism, may now be reassessing what parts of his life he wants to share and what should remain private. What truly stands out most is the tone of concern rather than criticism. Unlike typical Bachelor Nation debates, this moment has sparked empathy. Fans are no longer asking for drama, they're asking for reassurance. Many say they'd rather see Joey step away completely than force himself to perform for an audience. Whether Joey returns with a statement, a new direction, or chooses silence, this chapter feels like a turning point, not just in his public image, but in how he defines himself beyond the franchise. And as the spotlight dims, one question quietly lingers. When Joey speaks again, will it be to explain the moment or to begin something entirely new? As the conversation around Joey continued, attention slowly shifted from what he said to what this moment might change. For the first time since his rise in Bachelor Nation, fans weren't debating his love life or future casting rumors. They were talking about boundaries, growth, and stepping away from constant judgment. Some longtime supporters began sharing old clips from Joey's season, pointing out how much responsibility he carried even back then. He was often the one offering reassurance to others, staying calm in tense moments and putting on a brave face. Looking back, many now wonder how much of that strength came at a personal cost. There's also growing speculation that Joey may be reevaluating his relationship with fame altogether. Instead of chasing the next appearance or partnership, sources suggest he's focusing on grounding himself, spending time with close friends, reconnecting with routines that existed before reality TV, and regaining a sense of normalcy.
Joey's moment has sparked a broader conversation within the fandom. Fans are questioning how quickly public figures are expected to respond, explain, and perform emotionally. His silence has almost become a statement in itself, one that challenges the idea that access to someone's life is unlimited. Producers and insiders have stayed quiet, but that silence speaks volumes too. No rushed statements, no corrections, just space. And in a franchise known for constant updates, that pause feels intentional. If and when Joey returns, it may not be with answers, but with a clearer sense of direction. Whether he shares a brief message, launches a new project, or simply eases back into public life, fans are prepared to meet him where he is. For now, the story isn't about confusion or controversy. It's about a moment of reflection, one that may quietly reshape how Joey moves forward, both on and off the screen. As time goes on, Joey's quiet absence has begun to feel less like avoidance and more like a deliberate reset. Fans who once refreshed their feeds for updates are now reflecting on how rare it is for a reality TV star to pause without immediately explaining themselves. That choice alone has shifted how people view him. Some observers believe this moment could mark a turning point in Joey's public journey. Instead of being defined by reactions and expectations, he may be choosing intention. Those close to him reportedly say he's listening more than talking right now, absorbing feedback, processing emotions, and deciding what truly matters moving forward. What's striking is how this has changed the tone of Bachelor Nation discussions. Rather than fueling rumors, many fans are sharing their own experiences with burnout and pressure, saying Joey's situation feels relatable. His silence has unintentionally opened space for honesty, something rarely seen in a fandom known for non-stop commentary. There's also growing curiosity about what comes next. Will Joey return with a calmer presence? Will he reshape how he interacts with fans? Or will he keep certain parts of his life offline entirely? Whatever he chooses, expectations are shifting, from demanding constant access to offering patience. Former contestants have hinted that stepping back can be empowering. Several have quietly done the same after realizing that constant visibility isn't always sustainable. Joey's situation may encourage others to rethink how they navigate life after the cameras stop rolling. Right now, there's no dramatic reveal or sudden update, and that's exactly why this story continues to hold attention. It's unfolding slowly, honestly, and without a script. And perhaps that's the real takeaway. Sometimes the most meaningful moments aren't announced, they're lived quietly, away from the noise, while someone figures out who they want to be next. With each passing day, Joey's situation has started to feel less like a momentary pause and more like a quiet transformation. Those closest to him reportedly say he's not shutting people out, he's being selective. Instead of reacting publicly, he's choosing private conversations and measured reflection. Fans have also noticed a subtle shift in how his name is being discussed online. The focus has moved away from speculation and toward understanding. Many are now saying this may be the most authentic version of Joey yet, not the polished reality TV edit, but a real person navigating life after sudden fame. Interestingly, industry watchers suggest this could actually strengthen Joey's long-term connection with fans. Taking time away, rather than forcing constant updates, often builds trust. It signals honesty instead of performance, something audiences increasingly value. There's also talk that Joey may be redefining what success looks like for him. Instead of chasing visibility, he may be prioritizing stability, creativity, and personal fulfillment. Whether that leads to a new project, a different career direction, or simply a quieter public presence remains to be seen. Bachelor Nation has witnessed many dramatic exits and surprise comebacks, but this feels different. There's no rush, no cliffhanger announcement, just a slow, thoughtful reset happening in real time. And if Joey does return to the spotlight, it likely won't be the same way he left it. Fans may see someone more grounded, more intentional, and less willing to play a role that no longer fits. Until then, the story continues, not with headlines, but with patience. And sometimes that's the most powerful chapter of all. Lately, fans have started to notice something else. Joey's story is no longer just about him. It has become a reflection of how audiences interact with reality TV personalities long after the cameras stop rolling. His decision to step back has quietly challenged the expectation that former stars must always be available, visible, and responsive. In fan forums, conversations have shifted toward respect and patience. People are acknowledging that growth doesn't always happen publicly. Some even say Joey's silence feels reassuring, suggesting he's choosing clarity over chaos rather than reacting in the heat of the moment. Those familiar with life after reality TV note that this phase can be especially difficult. The structure of filming disappears, but public attention remains. For someone like Joey, who built a connection with viewers through openness, learning where to draw lines may be part of this next evolution. There's also a sense that when Joey does return, his message may be simpler. Not a long explanation or emotional breakdown, just a clear, grounded update. Fans say they don't need every detail, they just want to know he's steady and moving forward on his own terms. Interestingly, this pause has created more loyalty than constant updates ever could. Supporters feel included not through access, but through trust. They believe Joey will speak when he's ready, and that belief has softened the curiosity that once fueled worry. For now, the story remains unfinished, but instead of feeling unresolved, it feels open, a space where something healthier and more intentional can begin. And in a franchise known for dramatic turns, this quiet chapter may end up being one of the most meaningful yet. As weeks pass, Joey's quiet approach is beginning to feel intentional rather than uncertain. Instead of fading from relevance, he's subtly redefining it. Fans aren't losing interest, they're paying closer attention, curious not about drama, but about growth. A few observers believe this moment has given Joey something he rarely had before: control. For the first time, his story isn't shaped by edits, reactions, or expectations. It's unfolding at his pace, and that sense of autonomy is something many former reality stars never fully regain. What's also notable is how this moment has softened the noise around him. Without constant posts to dissect, speculation has slowed. In its place, there's been an increase in empathy. Supporters say this feels like a reminder that stepping back doesn't mean disappearing.
Some fans even suggest Joey's experience may influence future contestants. Seeing someone prioritize balance over visibility could shift how others approach life after the show. It sends a quiet message: you don't owe the public every chapter. If Joey returns soon, it may be with a different energy, less performative, more grounded. If he doesn't, that choice alone will still speak volumes. Either way, the narrative has already changed. For now, this chapter continues without urgency. No countdown, no dramatic reveal, just a person choosing intention in a space that rarely allows it. And sometimes the most powerful statement isn't what's shared, it's knowing when to pause. Recently, subtle signs suggest Joey may be easing into a new phase rather than preparing a dramatic return. Friends say he's been focusing on simple routines, early mornings, offline time, and reconnecting with interests that existed long before television. That kind of grounding often signals someone choosing stability over spectacle. Fans have also begun to notice how differently they feel about his absence now compared to the start. What once caused worry has turned into cautious optimism. Many believe Joey is doing exactly what he needs, even if it means disappointing those who expect constant updates. There's growing belief that this experience has changed how Joey views public attention. Instead of chasing validation, he may now see value in quiet progress. That shift can be difficult, especially when fame once came with applause and instant feedback, but it can also be freeing. Interestingly, Joey's name still surfaces regularly, not because of rumors, but because people miss his presence. That absence has created appreciation. Fans say when he does speak again, even briefly, it will carry more weight because it won't feel forced. Insiders suggest that if Joey returns to public life, it may be on his own terms, not reacting to headlines, not explaining every emotion, just showing up as himself, without pressure to perform. Until then, the story continues in stillness. No sudden twists, just a slow, intentional unfolding that feels more real than anything scripted. And perhaps that's the chapter fans didn't expect, but needed most. As time continues to pass, Joey's story is less about a single moment and more about the quiet evolution of a public figure learning to set boundaries. Fans are starting to see the value in his decision to step back, realizing that silence can sometimes be a form of strength rather than weakness. Interestingly, small glimpses of Joey's life, occasional photos, low-key interviews, or subtle social media interactions have only fueled curiosity in a healthier way. Followers aren't demanding explanations anymore, they're simply hoping he's okay. That shift in tone has been striking for a franchise often defined by outrage and speculation. Some longtime Bachelor Nation observers have noted that this period of absence could reshape Joey's influence entirely. By choosing when and how to share, he's modeling a new form of authenticity, one that prioritizes mental space and personal growth over constant visibility. Friends and insiders say he's spending more time cultivating his offline world, reconnecting with close friends, exploring creative projects, and re-establishing routines that bring him peace. Each small step paints a picture of someone no longer defined by expectation, but by choice. What stands out most is the impact this has on fans themselves. Many have shared that Joey's pause encouraged them to slow down in their own lives, reminding them that constant exposure and performance aren't always healthy. In that way, his story has quietly become about more than him. It's resonating in the lives of others. And while the next chapter remains unwritten, one truth is clear. Joey's journey is no longer about headlines or attention. It's about reclaiming control, learning to prioritize personal well-being, and showing that sometimes silence can speak louder than words. Over the past few weeks, Joey's quiet approach has begun to create a new kind of connection with fans. Without constant updates or dramatic statements, people are paying attention in a different way, less about gossip, more about empathy. Many are expressing that they admire his decision to step back, seeing it as a reminder that personal growth can't always be rushed. Insiders note that moments like this often mark a turning point for reality TV stars. Joey's careful pacing suggests he's evaluating not just his public image, but his long-term priorities. Reports indicate he's exploring projects that align with his values and that he's being intentional about the energy he puts into both work and personal life. Interestingly, this period of reflection seems to have influenced how fans engage with him. Comments and discussions online are no longer fueled by speculation or drama. Instead, they're centered on support and understanding. Followers are sharing similar stories from their own lives, creating a sense of community around his journey. Some observers believe this story is also subtly changing expectations for the franchise. By prioritizing his well-being, he's showing that it's possible to step away from the spotlight without disappearing entirely, challenging the idea that former stars must always respond, perform, or explain themselves. For Joey, this could be the beginning of a longer, more intentional chapter, one where he chooses visibility, not obligation, balance, not constant attention. Whether he returns with a big announcement, a small update, or simply continues offline, the impact of this moment is already clear. It's teaching fans and fellow stars alike that sometimes the most meaningful statements are made not in posts or interviews, but in quiet choices. And as the days pass, one thought lingers. Joey's story isn't over. It's just being written at his pace, on his terms, and in a way that could reshape everything people thought they knew about life after reality TV. Thanks for watching Golden Bachelor. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next big story.